On 1st and 10, Landry. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off play action. Landry. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. They'll look to throw again. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A long way to go here on 3rd down. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's get to Philadelphia as we check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Andre Ellington, big numbers, 4 touchdown catches. And one final game to highlight. It's Monday Night Football, and they've got a good one this week between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. And I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
A big play there. 42 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Landry. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
On third down, Landry. Got a man open. It's Chase. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. He continues to deliver a 1st down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Crusaders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the 2nd half. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw. Langford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Over the middle, it's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Back to throw. Langford over the middle, complete. That's Shelton. A good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Looking to throw. Langford throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. They go play action here on 1st down. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down, that leads to a 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. Langford. Going down the middle, and it's complete. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On first down, Langford. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now the ball comes loose, and this will be scooped up by the defense. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season.
Let's go. Ready?
Off play action. Landry. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A very solid gain of 27. Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
Here we go.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. To throw on second down. Landry. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Crusaders extend their lead yet again. Well, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that drive spanned 5 plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's the Panthers punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on touchdown. Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase with career touchdown number 126, the same number Jim Brown had during his 9-year career. And the Crusaders are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
The Panthers on third down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be 3rd and 19. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with a little gain.
Here's the Panthers punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. To throw on third down. Landry, throw left side, complete. That's Turner. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. On 3rd and 2, Landry to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 19-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Number 2. It's a gain of 6.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
At the 9-yard line.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jamar Chase. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Crusaders add 6 more to their point total. And they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard
To throw again, Langford. And he will find his man on the outside. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Langford. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Black one, yellow, line, Switch. Yellow. Check white.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 34. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. And this one is right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Carolina getting set to take the field. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. Gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, and they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Smith red. Black swap. Yellow. Line.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
And didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, and then the defense jumped up and said, hold it, we're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides contributing, a full team win.
So for our visitors, they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they fall under 500 now as they drop to 7-8. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.